Hey guys, Scott Martin here, Scott Martin Challenge. We've got another great show for you today. We're here in the town of Clewiston, Florida on the shores of Lake Okeechobee at our very own marina, Roland and Marianne Martin's Marina and Resort. I tell you what, my special guest and challenger and teammate today, this guy's won it all. 19 tour victories, 9 angler of the years. He's back. Who am I talking about? Roland Martin, my dad. It's gonna be a great show. With 25 tournament victories under our belts, we're gonna show you how we approach a lake and how we practice for the upcoming FLW Tour event. Stay tuned, it's gonna be a great show.
£14, 5 ounces, National Guard Pro, Scott Martin.
Yeah, this is my show and my challenge. Each week I go out in the water with a different pro angler for a little friendly competition.
Scott Martin, you're going down.
No money on the line, just bragging rights.
Yeah.
God, look at that, buddy. About to get a little freak nasty on him.
Yeah. Woo-hoo-hoo!
You know, it'd be good to find a couple spots we can get a quick limit on.
Well, this overcast is schooling time.
Oh yeah.
I mean, if we
Yeah.
find any birds, what do you think? Now, there were some big birds.
Spinnerbait, rattle trap.
Oh, I love spinnerbait.
You know, there's some big fish in those schools of fish.
Hey,
Those-
look on the phone. Here, look at that. Look at that. There's almost a 10-pound bass I caught the other day on this spinnerbait right here.
a big one.
That's a monster. Now, most of them are 2 pounds, but you know.
But that's
you
a
never-
good way to start the day off.
Hey,
Take,
now,
take advantage of the conditions.
if I can catch 25 pounds a day, that's all.
Well, for any tournament you fish, it's always good to find a spot that you, or 2 spots that you can catch, you know, a quick limit on, and then go out and get those bigger bites to win the tournament. So let's get out there. We got to find fish for this tournament. And so let's find 4 or 5 good schooling
Well,
spots.
we got to set the hook on some of these flipping fish to see
Yeah.
what size they are.
We have to set the hook on some. Swim bait, flipping, schooling fish, let's figure them out.
Okay.
You ready?
Boom.
All right, let's go.
Shake them off.
You
Stop.
shake them off, I'll set the hook. The deal is, you're the guest on the show, you shake them off, I set the hook.
Hey, Scott, look at the birds. Those seagulls are diving. Look. He's got. I just
That's
saw
exactly
a fish.
what we need to
I saw
see.
a fish break over there.
I found more fish over the years by watching where the birds are diving than anything, because they just know where the bait are, and when you find bait like these birds right here, there's bass there. Let's go over there and try to catch some.
Yeah, look, there's some right here.
It's a perfect little point right here. The wind's blowing in on it.
I know.
These fish have to be right in here somewhere. There's one right there.
You got Scott.
There's a nice one.
Come on. Hey, look at that big. Oh, hey, that's a tournament fish. That's a tournament fish. Hey, now we're talking.
That's a
hey,
little
you're
better.
talking about 3 or 4 pounds. Hey, that's decent fish. Whoa, son. Oh, whoa.
I'll get him. I'll get him.
Oh, you gonna get him?
Yeah.
Oh, look, the guy's going crazy. Huh? Oh, man, that's a tournament-sized fish.
That's a nice one.
Boy, if we could catch 5 like that. Hey, you're talking about something else. He hit
wait for
that
this.
half-ounce spinnerbait.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
That's a nice one.
That's a good fish.
All right.
Okay, well, I don't know that that's a schooling fish. That just might be spawning in here or something, Scott.
Let's see if
I
we
don't
can
know.
get another one.
Oh, that's
I'm
beautiful.
gonna waypoint
That's
this spot.
absolutely beautiful. Okay.
And here's what I'm gonna do.
Okay.
I'm gonna mark it with a fish symbol.
Okay.
That way I would know we caught a fish there, see? Because otherwise I'll just leave a regular waypoint.
Yeah.
But if I mark it with a fish symbol, then I know that that's where we caught a fish exactly. So that's perfect. You know, when you're out here in this grass, especially here in Lake Okeechobee or anywhere in Florida or Texas where there's a lot of grass, I throw the spinnerbaits on that braid, on straight braid.
That's what I got.
You know, with a moving bait, you don't need to have fluorocarbon. Now, if I'm on a Clearwater
this is
impoundment,
50-pound braid.
this is 50-pound braid as well. Got it rigged up on a 7-foot, medium heavy action Akuma Helios rod and reel. And that's that River to Sea Biggie. It's Ishman Rose designed spinnerbait and catches them pretty good. All right, Dad, let's make a move. Our objective this morning is to find several schools of limit fish.
Yeah.
Then we'll move in for the kill. This sun's starting to burn off.
Oh,
We got a little
good.
bit more time to find those active fish feeding on shad. Let's get after it. Bass Pro Shops is my first choice when I'm looking for my laser trocar hooks. They've got the largest selection anywhere. So for more information about laser trocar, be sure to stop in your local Bass Pro Shops or check them out online at bassproshops.com.
The Scott Martin Challenge is brought to you by Bass Pro Shops. Your adventure starts here. Ranger Boats, still building legends, one at a time. Evinrude E-Tech, power, performance, and 300 hours with no dealer scheduled maintenance. And by Garmin. Follow the leader. This segment of the Scott Martin Challenge is brought to you by Laser Trocar, surgically sharpened hooks. Okuma Fishing Tackle, there's no stopping Okuma. And by Power Pole, swift, silent, secure.
They're out off the end of this thick point.
A mistake I think a lot of people make is they'd go out in a deal like this looking for schooling fish throwing a worm all day. Well, you'd still be back on 2 or 3 of those spots we fished before trying to find them. You pull into an area, get a spinnerbait out, rattle trap out, or lipless crankbait, fire it all around, find them, waypoint them, and move on. And if you don't find them, get out of there and move on again. Look at them out there offshore.
Yeah.
That's what you're looking for.
Okay.
Oh yeah, they're busting out there.
I
Good.
see them.
Busted.
Go ahead and run down there. I might get a rattle.
This is more of a lipless crankbait spot here.
I know. That's probably a better deal for that. I'm gonna throw a spinnerbait just to start with. Oh, there's one. I got one.
Got him. I'm gonna power pull down.
Okay, power pole down. I got one. Okay, little bass. Uh-oh, get you?
Got it. We're clear. We're power pulled down.
Well, this is small. As far as tournament size fish, this isn't what we want.
One hit me at the boat.
Right there at the boat?
They're right under the boat.
Oh, there's one. I got one, Scott.
Right at the boat?
Yeah, right at the boat. Okay, in the tournament, yeah, you can call to a few pounds of that one. I'll tell you what, folks, this is what school fishing is all about. This is what it's all about here, boys. Yeah.
All right.
No. Hey, my first sunshine bass I've ever caught in Lake Okeechobee. The first one. I've never ever caught one before. That's the first one. A sunshine bass, a cross between a white bass and a striped bass. There he is. I got him.
Got him?
Yeah. Nice spinnerbait fish. Right out of that hole. That's what it's all about. That's a good keeper fish. That'll be a good tournament fish. Oh yeah. Yes, sir.
All right, we'll put
That's why you need 50-pound test line. Okay.
All right. Now, if we catch a couple of big ones now, we got to shake them off. We can't. This is practice now. We're practicing.
Okay.
Can't set the hook on everything. You have to shake them off. I can set the hook. Right? Let's go.
You can't ever trust him. I don't know. I mean, he'll tell me to shake
I'll
them off,
shake
and then
some
he
off.
won't shake them off. I don't know.
I'll shake
if
a
you
few
shake
off.
them off, I'll shake them off.
Hey, you shake.
You got to shake some off.
I'll shake some off.
Okay.
Well, this water's clearing up back in here. You know, we've gotten
Oh,
off
yeah.
the main lake a little bit. You can kind of keep looking for some hyacinths. You might find some patches back in these cattails.
There's a little bit way back in there, but then there's some right up ahead, Scott, on this trail. Here's a patch right here, Scott. Beautiful patch. Now, we have these special rods set up for that. 80-pound test line. Wow.
That's a beautiful mat. That's exactly what I'm talking about. Now see, you have the vertical cover coming up through the hyacinth mat. Then you have all the spawning cattails in the general area right there. So there's beds, potential beds right here. Those females will get up underneath there. So let's see what we can do.
There's a big one. There's a big one. There's a big one. There's a big one.
How big is he?
I don't know.
Oh,
It's big.
I see the boil. I see the boil.
Oh, look at that fish.
Hey, let me get the.
I got the power poles right here.
Let me get up. No, get him up. You got the power pole up? That's a big
I
fish.
don't know how big he is.
Huh? You got a big one
Big?
on. Oh, look at those 10-pound fish. 10-pound giant fish. Giant fish.
I got him.
Wow! A giant 10-pound bass. Woo! Son,
Okay, be quiet. There's people out there
that's
fishing.
a monster bass.
I know it's monster, but we're practicing for the tournament. Look at that bass.
Yeah, you shook it. You really nice. Did a good
I
job
tried to
shaking
shake
them
him
off. I noticed
We had to
that.
see what size they
I
were.
noticed that a winning fish is liable to win the big fish of the whole tournament, and you didn't shake them off. That's a 10-pound
You get
fish.
one hook set today in the mats. How about
Oh, my
that?
heavens. Look at that. I don't know if it's 10, 9.5, 10.25. I don't know how big it was. It's a giant fish.
That was big. That
Woo,
was big.
woo. Really a nice one. Really a nice one.
Woo. Let
That
me show
was
you my setup on that deal here. What I've got is, what I have on this is that this is again the 711. I've caught so many big fish on this 711 Akuma Carbon Cone C340X. Komodo Akuma reel with the big power handle. That's important. You know, this big power handle right here helps winch those fish out. 80-pound braid, 1.5 ounce River to Sea tungsten, Bruiser Avenger, and the Mac Daddy of all hooks, the TK130 Trocar. You've heard me talk about it before. If you don't have the right equipment doing that kind of fishing, you're not going to get them out.
This segment of the Scott Martin Challenge is brought to you by Bruiser Baits, knocking out the competition. River to Sea, lures that produce results from river to sea. And by Zico Shoes, keeping your feet happy.
All right, let's try this. This is the mouth of this little drain right in here that drains that marsh.
Okay.
The wind's out of the south, so it's pushing clean water through here. And there's some birds in the area, and that's just spinner baits and lipless crankbaits all down through here. Maybe even flip some of these cattails.
Been a lot of nice fish caught right here.
Yeah, it's a little deeper.
A lot clearer. Look how clear the
Yep.
water is. Oh, we got one, Scott. Oh, son. Huh? I don't know. Feels pretty good. Oh,
man,
look at that
nice
guy.
one.
Hey, look at that guy. He's a nice big old 5 or 6 pounder. Oh, way to go. Look at this guy.
Oh man, that's what we're talking about.
Huh?
That's what we're talking about.
Oh, heaven.
That's what we're talking about right
Get him,
there.
son. Get him. All
Got
right. Okay. Hey.
Give me something on that.
I didn't shake him off. Of course, we're not trying to shake him off. We're trying
Well,
to just catch him, too.
But look,
But
that's
that's a good quality fish.
that's a good edge right there. If there's a little channel right there, the wind's blowing out of this marsh.
Yeah.
Spinnerbait. You know, that's 2 good spinnerbait bites we've had
I
today
know, we've had
on
some
the
good
outside.
spinnerbait bites on the outside.
Around
that's
these cattails.
That's definitely a deal.
Good job.
Okay,
All
way
right.
to go.
You can fish this spot. I'll fish the 9-pound flipping hole. All right, good job. We'll waypoint that
I
one.
was just running it slow out there.
All right, let's make a move. I've got a spot,
Another flipping spot. Huh?
another flipping spot right up this little channel. Again, kind of
Oh,
just
yeah.
inside of
Right.
this outside deal. All right, look at these mats right here. This is
boy,
where
these
you,
are good
this is
mats
where you
here,
caught a
boy.
big one the other day.
I know. This is one of my favorite spots. Let's see if they're here. You know, one of the beautiful things, Scott, about flipping this heavy cover, the weather can really get windy and turn bad and cold, and sometimes that makes it better.
Absolutely. This is a classic spot right here. You've got a hyacinth and lettuce mat all stuck up in the cattails, wind pushing in on it. Perfect little canopy. Power pole down. There's a bite.
Huh?
There's a bite.
You get one?
Yeah.
Shake them off. Don't set the
I'm
hook.
not gonna set
Huh?
the hook. I'm not gonna
Don't
set
set
the
the
hook.
hook. Don't set the hook.
Got him. Got him out.
Okay. Hey, I'm proud of you. Hey, you shook one off. Hey, that's pretty good. The guy finally
That's
does
how
what
you
he
do
said
it.
he's going to do. Scott, there's a bite. There's a bite.
Shake him off. Shake
There's
him
a bite.
off. Shake
I'm
him
gonna
off.
I'm gonna shake him off like you do.
Like you.
Golly.
Son, that's the way to shake them off.
Oh, oh. Where is he? Do I have him on there?
I think you lost him.
Huh?
Watch this. It's like Christmas.
Oh my God. Oh my
Is that
God.
crazy or what?
Is that a big one? Look at that size. It's as big as yours. That's another
He
monster
might be
bass.
bigger than mine.
Huh?
He might
It's a
be
monster
bigger than mine.
bass. Oh, it's a monster bass. It's another monster bass. Oh man, I shook him off.
You sure did shake him off. Golly. What a bass.
I shook him off. I did shake him off. Kind of a little bit.
Golly. Hey, we got two good
Hey,
footing spots
I
now.
don't know if we ought to
Is that crazy
be
or
fishing
what?
a whole lot more.
Turn this
Yours
one.
might have been a little bigger, but that's still a nice one. So we've both got about 20 pounds
All right,
of bass so
got it.
far.
Got it.
Go
got
ahead
it,
and release.
Got it.
I
Got
gotta
it.
do that too.
All right.
There you go.
Go back under that mat.
Oh no, that's something else.
Hey, we need to get out of here. I hear a boat coming.
I hear a boat coming.
Here, stand up. There's a boat coming.
Okay.
We don't want to act like we caught anything. That's the other thing.
Big
In tournament
fish.
practice,
Yeah.
you gotta fake stuff. Like we're not catching them. You gotta look all depressed when they come
Yeah.
by. Like fishing's terrible.
Yeah.
We're not catching anything here. See you later. Terrible
Nothing
spot.
here.
Don't worry about coming back.
For more information on how to be part of the show, go to our Facebook page. Keep up with the Scott Martin Challenge, and don't forget to like us on Facebook. The Scott Martin Challenge is brought to you by Numa Optics, eyewear as tough as you are. Bob's Machine Shop, go fast, go shallow, go efficient. And by Hendry County, gateway to the Everglades.
Now, Scott, isn't it exciting and fun living here on Lake Okeechobee?
I tell you what, it's the best place to live. The fishing's fantastic. The weather's great. It's just awesome.
You know, for 50 years I've been fishing this lake, catching big bass every year, and right now it's as good, if not better than ever.
I tell you what, Hendry County on the shores of Lake Okeechobee, especially around the Clewiston area, is the #1 place to go out of simply because the fishing's fantastic, easy access to all the other ports around the lake. And I tell you what, if you're not into fishing, there's tons of other things to do. Sightseeing tours, airboat rides, Billy Swamp Safari down in the Everglades. You're centrally located to either coast, tons of stuff to do. It's a lot of fun.
Come on down to Lake Okeechobee in Hendry County.
All right, so in here, little swim bait pond, what we do is just massive acres on the south end of Cattail Flats. But back in this little pond, you've got lily pad clumps and holes in the grass. And those holes in the grass are where the fish spawn. We're gonna come in here with this little bruiser swim bait and see if we can't find a couple nice fish in here cruising around. That covers all of our bases for this practice today.
There's one.
Good one, nice one.
No, just a little one. Just a little male. Just a little male. Be ready, we're coming into a real good zone right here. There you go. Not the size we need,
That's not quite big enough, but hey.
but there's beds in here.
But you know, did you notice what I did, Scott? I did it just like a pro. Huh? He hit and I dropped it back to him and I hit him like a plastic balloon.
Yeah, that's what you have to do.
You know, a lot of people don't understand that concept of swim bait fishing. They think they ought to set the hook right away.
Right.
But you don't. I hold my rod a little bit high on purpose.
That's right, so you can drop it
and then
down.
drop it down 1 second, 2 seconds, bam!
Yep.
And get them every time.
Yep.
And you know, funny thing about the spawn on this lake, Scott, is that they spawn about a little bit in November and December, and some in January, and some in February, and some in March.
It's the longest spawn in the country, for
They
sure.
spawn for 5 or 6 months. You got another one, son. Hey, way to go. You know, I'm excited about today's fishing. Boy, it was great.
That's
Oh,
not
not a
a-
small one. Hey, but hey, what the heck?
There's a lot of fish in this little area right here.
Lot.
I tell you what, we learned a lot. And you know, our goal today was to go out and show people how to prepare for a tournament. You know, we didn't
Well,
catch
we
a
did
million
that.
of them.
Hey, we caught some quality fish.
Caught some really quality
Monster
fish. On several different ways. You know, we went out, looked
Four
for
different
birds,
patterns.
looked for schooling fish, did some spinnerbait fish, and we went big fish with the flipping stuff. So, hey, I had a lot of fun with you today. You know what the best part of today was?
What?
Spending the day with you on the boat.
Hey, well, thank you, son. I appreciate it. There's one thing, though, I think you could have learned a little bit better to do.
What's that?
How to shake them off better.
I tried. I really tried. I really tried to shake them off. But I think you beat me today. You had that real big one.
Ah,
You got me by a
Hey,
little bit.
we had a great time. We had a great time, folks. I just love it. I just love fishing with this man. It was a great quality day. Thank you.
Well, absolutely. I hope you guys at home enjoyed watching today's show and learned a little bit on how to prepare for a tournament next time you're getting ready for one. Tune in next week. We're on a new lake with a new challenger. Thanks for watching the Scott Martin Challenge. See you guys.
Woo!
That
Giant 10-pound bass! Woo!